afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, your lord and master of propaganda, here of select defender of the fatherland, off here till 1 vs 1 on Angoville. Yes, indeed, Angoville. In the south, we got Chun fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the 2nd Infantry Division, tasked with clearing out this bokash and possibly kraut-filled area. In the north, we got Loren fighting for Germany, the Wehrmacht, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the, I don't know, let's just say 116th Panzer Division Mainhold here with straight away Jaeger infantry, by the way, Chun Rifle Company Recon support heavy cavalry triple infantry, and triple infantry bulletins as well for Loren, but Jaeger infantry certainly a good choice versus the Americans. The G43s can in many cases help equalise the sort of initial situation versus riflemen, where the riflemen tend to beat your grenadiers pretty hard. The G43s can do a lot there, plus the ambush camouflage bonus, the machine guns is absolutely glorious. Chun moving straight here for the fuel connect, laying down tank traps, rifle following up here. Alright guys, keep a lookout for any krauts or Frenchmen. Frenchmen? Yeah, Frenchmen. I don't trust them, they talk like semi-kraut. No, they talk French, Sergeant. God damn it, you're not one of them, alright? No. Sandbags up here by the western fuel pump. Grenadiers moving up, they've Grenadier squad moving in. In fact, we got a heavy Grenadier build from Loren. Less common without machine guns in particular, can be risky versus the Americans. Of course, if you're planning on going for an awful lot of G43s, it can work out, but even then, I do feel there's a bit of a risky move there by Loren. Personally, I feel like MD42s tend to be very critical in managing riflemen, so we'll have to see how it works out here between him and Chun. Chun, of course, being a rather veteran American player. I think he only actually plays American players. He tends to be very much in favour of sort of a brutal style of tactics, at least that's my experience versus him. So we'll have to see how that works out. Grenadiers versus rifle here, shots being fired back and forth. Triple Grenadiers so far might be playing the machine gun, or he could be going for sniper. That would try and bleed up Chun, but there you go. Chun's driving them, closing up the Grenadiers. Quickly win the engagement there. Loren just hits the retreat button right away. Loren is having absolutely none of that, realising if he tries to fire up close, he's going to lose the rifle, who just have a 50% DPS advantage up close. That is really important to keep in mind about rifle when it comes to rifle versus Grenadiers. They just pack so much more firepower, which is one reason, again, I do prefer MD42s just to help deal with that. We got more Grenadiers on the way for Loren. Pioneers moving right from here from the south. East side is pretty much just safe, because essentially what Chun is doing here is just keeping Loren focused on the west. And the fact he goes for a lot of Grenadiers and early on does mean, of course, Chun can sort of just, play cleverly and just, not have to retreat. He can just keep fighting, keep pressuring, and keep his opponent on the defense. We have Loren, a few machine guns out there. Things might look a bit different here for Chun, but he's actually beginning to move eastwards now, perhaps realising he needs to elsewhere. Chun with triple rifle and one reaction squad will likely try and take out fast here versus Loren. And there we go, we got the platoon command post there being upgraded, rifle good to go. Reactions moving for the northern victory point here. And here Grenadiers has rifle, very close engagement, more Grenadiers around though, forcing Chun to retreat. God damn it, they got everyone. They didn't get me, Sarge. Oh, never mind. They got me. They got me, Sarge. Avenge me. God damn it. There's Grenadiers up north. He cannot take care of his M1 carbines. Loren still some time off from the G43s. Or the Gewehr 43, which was actually pretty much sort of them just looking at the Sodes with T40 semi-automatic rifle and using that as a basis for their own semi-automatic. There was a G41 before that, but that apparently didn't quite work out as satisfactorily for them, so they rather dropped that one. That one was based on a Danish system known as the Bang system. And yes, Bang is a Danish surname. Fun fact. Grenadiers as a rifleman. Overall, even with the sandbags, the problem is they're just too outnumbered and too low in health here. Lieutenant outfit flying out for Chun, pretty standard stuff here. G43 is now available here for Loren, who I imagine is taking up. No, not yet. We got a medic bunker up, but he probably should be taking up soon. Since there's a high likelihood Chun's going to punish him with a half-tech or any sort of vehicle here. Rather than dealing with the Grenadiers, who are not uncovered. This is actually a pretty poor tactical engagement here for Loren. In fact, since he's actually pretty close, light cover could have done that slightly better. Fighting for the curve on there. Loren trying to turn the tables here on Chun. Very good, very good. Back here, troops healing, reinforcing so far. No healing there for Chun. The ambulances have yet to arrive at the front line. But we got the 5th cover out. The Mardus that way put some very large holes into that to the krauts. Multiple very large holes. Got Lieutenant up here with the Thompson and the Bar, assaulting the Grenadiers, keeping those krauts running. So there you go, winning less than fuel point here. The east side, those being lost. to the German army, the 1 and 16th Panzer Division Minhund, which was formed up from the remnants of the 16th Panzergunner Division set on the Eastern Front, and a reserve and training Panther Battalion stationed in Brittany, or Battalion, can't quite remember which of the two. My French geography, sadly in this case, eludes me to assist me further with the naming, so no apologies there. But anyways, was basically what it was formed out of, and even that training and replacement Panther Battalion was, well, not really a lot. They'd had maybe a few techs, although it was just, you know, a bunch of people just guarding their staff. But it was sort of created there and fought in Normandy. It had to give up its Panther Battalion to the 2nd Panzer Division, which then had given up its Panther Battalion to the 21st Panzer Division. Little fun fact there. Basil leaping heroic to assist me with casting here. This brave little kitten. It's hopefully not going to cause me any trouble though. 5th Cavalry Lieutenant fighting West Germany in the west and the east. Loren's losing ground as well here to Chun and his merry band of Americans. We got the first T-44 up, all plus the Jaeger command squad. Take-up is happening. Very good, very good. I mean, this could be sort of an elaborate Tier 3 rush. We just rely on grenadiers with G-43s and the Jaeger command squad. Pretty risky, of course, if we get hit with light vehicles fast enough by Chun. But he is so far not committing to it. There's certainly a few options here. Greyhounds, or just, you know, half-tracks, aiming M20s. So we'll see what ends up with. Basil going after my hand there. Seems like he wants to play at the less than most opportune time. He's a nice cat, but he's not always the smartest cat. He's a very curious cat, very curious, but not always the smartest cat. For now anyways, I'm sure he'll do me proud eventually. Grenadiers fighting around here, more grenadiers more there for Loren. That is a incredibly heavy infantry build here. Chun's going to definitely need some more anti-infantry firepower to punish this. More 50 calibers. Anti-aircraft tactic would be a really solid counter against this, but we're looking at 5 grenadiers and a Jaeger command squad. Fuel-wise, of course, he's struggling, so this is a pretty risky strategy, to be honest, in some ways for Loren. He is very much relying to be able to keep momentum. The thing is, though, grenadiers kind of struggle with that, being 4-man, the Jaeger command squad being 5, can somewhat alleviate this issue. Somewhat. So we'll see what happens there. But Chun's definitely got the fuel advantage. I think he's not quite pushing it though. So we'll see what ends up next. No additional G43s right from here versus the command squad. The Grenadiers of West though. Loren is claiming all for the 1 and 16th Panzer Division. The Chun launching a massive counter-attack here. Lieutenant Reyes and Rifleman and the 5th Cavalry, they're all being hauled forwards. Deal with the Loren. And there you go, 5th Cavalry, 10 Riflemen all moving in here, going for the fuel point again. He knows where it hurts, he knows where to strike. Loren is yet to take up. He probably should be doing that since again it does seem to be part of his strategy. But there you go, nice flank of the Pioneers and some Grenadiers taking the 5th Cavalry, they're forcing a retreat. Nice work, Lieutenant pushes back the Grenadiers here. Ooh. Grenadier wipe, really good there for Chun, really good. Loren actually kind of hitting a bit of a hit issue here with all the infantry trying to manage, actually at 1.6 squads there. And the thing is, you can only manage so much at a time and not risk losing something. And 6 is generally sort of where we begin hitting an upper limit. This is also kind of when machine gun, because in some ways they can eat less match, which can also help you just, you know, ease things up. Some more Grenadiers there for Loren. Bit of a rarer share, but still some players will just spam a lot of Grenadiers and throw them at the enemy. I'm surprised Chun has not gone for any half-tracks, since this would pretty much be the ideal situation, just, you know, counter this. Basil viciously assaulting my sleeve. Got bars up for Chun, that's going to help out nicely. No doctoral choice yet for him though. Jaeger command squad there, feeling suppressed by the 5th Cavalry, the Riflemen closing in, buying the map. Still not takeover there for Loren. Still no tag up. He needs to be mindful of that. Chun can easily equip more of his men with bars, but I'm guessing he's struck here under the intense pressure that Loren is laying down to him, because he is handling these Grenadiers otherwise reasonably well. But again, has suffered a wipe here and there, so it's obviously not without his risks. Rushing forwards. Bars up there. Increasing the firepower there available to his men of the 2nd Infantry Division. And there you go, Loren is taking up a very audacious tier 3 rush, and again it's largely working in part because Chun is rushing up for his own armor, so both sides basically rushing for the mediums. Chun, of course, in this case might want to consider Rav coming just to get out the EC8, so they'd have a definite advantage over the Panther 4, so of course he could stick to the regular ones. More and more G for the Fizz does make it hard to fight as well. Might require additional 50 calibers, so that way keep Loren's Candida's heads down. Big 2 points wise, we've got a small lead here for Chun, by the way. Small, but not negligible. Still lots of action here, lots of brutal infantry warfare in the bocage. Troops are hitting and forcing. More or less all of his men have been equipped as much BRs as he can afford for now. Returning there with double bars is, by the way, really good and can really do some heavy damage in sort of mid to close range and should not be taken lightly. So of course, don't move off the fuel pond there, Chun. Veteran to gain lieutenant. 50 caliber here in the west, we got points that have been secured. Back at base, the tech is done for Chun. He just needs more fuel, though. Of course, Loren is slightly catching up to him, though not by a ton. Of course, in this regard, him tech skipping a T does help out somewhat. Of course, had Chun just started to go heavy in the light vehicles, Loren could have been aggressively punished. And then meanwhile, though, Chun might again just want to consider taking 50 caliber, even some fighting position, since a heavy grenadier build is not going to have an easy time with a fighting position. I mean, there's certainly several ways that Chun can throw a spanner in Loren's works here. But so far, he's not quite keen on it. But here we go, Gunner's taking heavy fire there. Tons of bar fire there. Hitting the calf point again. Loren there doing his best to harass and slow down Chun's fuel income. Of course, really good. More reasons there to replace the ones lost. Thinking, yeah, very much a part of Chun's strategy. And it does beg the question, what is he playing at? Besides, at some point, you know, tanks just really ruin Loren's day. Will there be Persians, EC8s, Greyhounds? Like, there's certainly some roads here that Chun can take against Loren and the 1 in 16th Panzerdivision Windhund. Very far here. Grenadiers flanking up behind the Jaeger command spot. He's trying about that 5th caliber there. Looks like he's too focused on those Grenadiers. I'm guessing that was actually part of Loren's plan. Thing to keep in mind is troops that are being suppressed actually take less damage for a while, so theoretically you can sort of allow them to take more damage if you don't close in on them, to just murder them up close, which is what Chun did not do. So in this regard, clever little play there by Loren. Risky, but you know, it paid off since it kept Chun's machine gun firing on a squad where it wasn't really doing a lot of damage, allowing in this case Loren to ultimately wipe it and steal it. So really sneaky there, really sneaky. And again, it's a little trick to keep in mind, though of course it's not something I recommend to you if you're new to the game or sort of somewhat inexperienced, as this could backfire on you. On the other hand, small chance of wipe here, small, but in this case though, fortune favours Loren, in this case the bold. Still, even with the loss there, Chun is controlling most of the map here versus Loren. Oh, he got the wipe there actually. Good for Chun. Less good for Loren though, he still has the 50 caliber. Chun does not. Ha! He got your machine gun gewehr, but he got Helmut. Who cares about Helmut? He's not a machine gun gewehr. But he made really good cookies. He can't afford to make some anyways. Do you know how he made some? Nine, please don't tell. So there goes the Palmer crop here. Chun and Loren's going to be pretty close to both getting out of tank. But it is Chun that's going to get out that bit faster here. So again, Loren was able to catch up somewhat. 50 caliber replacement there for Chun. Actually, Loren might just head out faster there due to the manpower. So we'll have to see how Chun handles this. I mean, an EC8 might then look like the better choice, since it can just fight the Panzer IV much better, since it has more health, more armor, better penetration. Basically, in most ways, better stats than the Panzer IV, and it only costs a bit more. I mean, I think it's sort of roughly 380 manpower, 140 or so fuel, which is, well, 30 I think manpower more, and 15 fuel more than the Panzer IV, and for that you get a lot more bang for your buck. So we'll see here, but I mean, he could also decide to go another path. Lots of rifle here. Gunner's going for the calf point again. Excellent play there. 50 caliber holding up the Germans. He's moving about his own 50 caliber here. Ambush camouflage probably a really great upgrade there for the 50 caliber. Again, 50 caliber with an extra added accuracy bonus is really good. I would like to add, but there you go, harassment here. Chun of course knows how to harass. 50 caliber dealing with the command, got right flank from north. Really good flank survival from Chun. He really sort of looks to envelop his opponent. So that is really nice play. Of course, Loren also displayed he can do the same to Chun to a certain degree, and there we go. Small chance getting a white pick. 50 caliber there being flanked, nice work. Panzer IV out there, Sherman not happening yet. Didn't get the Grenadiers, unfortunate, but he can get the 50 caliber hit, of course, which is helpful there. Denies Loren, of course, as a pressure weapon, of course, gives him more to deal with. Pioneers could be wiped out, there we go. Heavy loss there for Loren, and 116 Panzer is shown, of course, is about to return the favour, Panzer style. Bazooka's up, he has, I think, a emergency measure here from Chun. God damn it, they got panzers. Break open the bazookas. Like, literally, no, just grab them. And there goes Sherman on the way there for Chun. Again, I feel like he could have gone for Rifle Company in the EC8. It seems like he's briefly planning it, but now he's got up. Oh, he dropped a bar. That's great for Loren. Oh, look, it's this, the Americans dropped a bar. A candy bar? Nice, a shooty bar. Oh. About as good for your health, so. Now he got inside with the regular Sherman. He decides he can't wait for it.
Okay, ready up now. We're losing a capture point. Our supply line just got cut off.
Ooh, took out the ambulance. That's, oh my goodness. He didn't get a wipe there, but he left Chun bleeding. Gott im Himmel. Mein Gott, Fritz, where did you learn to shoot like that? I was in a trip to America once. I learned a few things in the schooling system. Oh. Sherman on the way there for Chun. Could probably stand to add a 50 cover down that. Sherman all the way. That's going to help here versus the Panzer IV. And the infantry. So we'll see what happens next here. Of course, he needs to be careful with this 50 caliber here versus Loren. Wouldn't be great if you end up giving it back again. Victory points wise, Chun is still in the lead here with Loren and the German army. They turn the flanking about, doing some damage, has to retreat here. I think very good decision there, was getting pretty dicey. And there goes Sherman to the rescue, obliterates Otto with a non-piercing round. Rather against the Grenadiers in the east, fresh squad out there for Loren. He's very keen on having sort of a heavy infantry build. Very rare and certainly micromanagement intensive, but if you can pull it off, it can, as you can see, be effective. Of course, if at any point you slip out, it gets painful. In this case, because these are very lucky marked, they could get wiped by the veteran free double bar rifle. No, he didn't pursue. He actually tried to keep carrying the point here. Missed opportunity, I think, there, but Chun getting an early wipe like that would have been huge for him. That would be just 240 manpower down the drain for Loren, which would be bad for him. Great for Chun, though. So, I feel like it was a bit of a slip up there. You'd like to have to go for a replacement ambulance, though. Mines being laid down to help deal with the panzers. Good idea there for Chun. Whatever sort of small tricks you can apply, of course, is great. They still needs to be a bit more cautious about the fuel. Loren has only potential to pull ahead of Chun and the 2nd Infantry Division. Grabbing the victory point there. Grenadier moving forwards. Full of Ensieg and Schnapps. Mostly Schnapps. And a bit of Knackwurst. Got the Sherman up and getting the Grenadiers out in the open. Shot fired, missed. Fortunate. Still no doctrine from Chun. At this stage, it kind of looks like he's just going to end up with heavy cavalry. Because at this stage, I mean, most of the other doctrine would prefer him going from the sooner. Whereas again, like, he's probably just going to stall for the Pershing. Almost getting wiped again. Almost. Another close shave there for Loren as the Grenadiers. Fuel-wise, they are pretty close to each other. Panzer 4 moving ahead here. Bazooka firing the Panzer 4. One rocket seems to penetrate with 2. Grabbing the point here, grabbing the point there. Pressuring up aggressively. Lots of aggressive shifts in the meta between these two players who are certainly hamming at each other. Sherman there could do with some repairs. There we go for Chun. So another question is, does he try to stall for the Pershing or does he go for another tank? I'd probably recommend another tank personally before trying to stall for a heavy, because the problem is that if he tries to stall for it, his opponent can easily more quickly just flood the field with mediums and push back at that, getting an upper hand versus any Pershing that arrives. So it's a bit risky there if I think Chun, if he tries to stall for it, unless he has some serious fuel edge. And right now that's obviously not quite the case. More key for the fusion on the 4-way for Loren. Also, fun fact, Hitler wanted to equip all German grenadiers with the G43s and I believe Skirt ones. Actually, they're sort of focusing on that, which apparently also was Stalin's plan for the Soviet troops, because with the assault rifle things changed up their bit there. In the end, they couldn't produce enough of either, so you know, didn't work out. But that was apparently sort of some thoughts going on there. Grenadiers, Jaeger command squad bunched up. This would be great for high close run for the German. And there you go, Loren going for the second Panzer war here, rifling out in the open. Not even heavy cover, that is pretty ambitious. Of course, the 5th cover holds out a bunch, forcing Loren to fall back there ignobly in the face of American pressure. Chun here going for the ambulance. Not another tank, so I'm definitely starting to get the feeling that Chun's going to try and stall for the Pershing, which, with just a single Sherman and some bazookas, is going to be quite the challenge. And particularly if Loren just keeps adding more Panzer IV, so say even adds in some Stugs, Chun is going to find this to be a very steep climb against Mount Panzerwaffe. So we'll see what Chun ends up with. Here we got the Panzer IVs rolling ahead. Chun moves up, shoots and misses the Panzer IV spectacularly. Still, he's control of both fuel points, so theoretically stalling for the Pershing isn't out of the picture. I mean, right now he is roughly, oh, I don't know, I'd say about 3 to 4 minutes away. Actually, 3 minutes away. Even less than that, 2.5 minutes, if he can keep the fuel like this for long enough. But he's suffering losses there as well. The 2 Panzer IVs are exerting a lot more pressure on him now. And the of course is, you know, how does Chun stall against this? I mean, he just does not have the firepower, the ability. In this case, he's getting pretty lucky though, as his shots are bouncing. Of course, the closer he is to the Panzer IVs, the more likely they are to penetrate the Sherman. So, still he got lucky. There we go. Bazooka's joining in. Loren's almost got Chun's Panzer IV. More bazooka fire here. Grabbing the 5th cover there under cover of the bazookas. And these guys are going to flank up the 5th cover there, and it's going to get wiped. The Chun was not paying attention to preoccupied with the Panzer IVs. That Loren launched a massive staggering infantry assault in these, overrunning the single 5th cover there, punishing Chun for just leaving it hanging about there. So nice push there by Loren. And again, does highlight a bit the flaw of this assault, you know, stalling for heavy tanks with only just 1 medium. Again, it is excessively risky play here. Generally, why I do not recommend going for it. There we go. He's gone for heavy carry. I mean, it was pretty much obvious for anyone, including Loren. I mean, you're not hiding anything if you're not going for doctrine at this stage and suddenly going for a single medium. It's going to be pretty obvious what you're up to. Also, looks like Chun might have forgotten about these guys over here, which would be a bit awkward. Got the Chun rolling, here we go. Tilly called in, hits a stall Chun's advance. Very nice call in there of the light infantry Geschütz. Fire, and bit of masonry and fence there being shattered. Beyond that, nothing else. Got the Chun rolling ahead, 5 kills for America. Rifleman push back with the command squad. Somebody's opening up the retreating rifleman. But the fuel is quickly drying up here for Chun. He needs to quickly get that going. I mean, he is close to the Pershing though. He is close. I mean, if you can't get it out soon enough, the double Panzer Force, of course, will run into issues because they've been able to control the fuel point. Otherwise, well enough, bring them just a ton more get out stew. So it's kind of working out for Chun, but it is still highly risky. And has resulted in Loren getting, you know, that 50 caliber again. You're not fit, yeah? I think this Maschinengewehr might be cursed. What do you think, Phil? It's been in everybody's hand increasingly a lot, since the crews who keep using it keep ending up dead. Plus, I mean, it stays it right on it. This thing's cursed. Oh, yeah. I don't know who made it, but he was clearly not a happy man. Troops reinforcing. A minute roughly their way from the Pershing for Chun. He just needs to ensure he doesn't spend any manpower in the meanwhile. As for Loren, Stug would be great. Maybe a third Panzer IV. Theoretically, you could try and, you know, set up for the Panther here. Otherwise, he needs to be ready for that Pershing, because otherwise he's going to be in for a rough time, because the Pershing is going to eat up all of his infantry and give the Panzer IVs a really rough time. He needs to retreat from here, by the way. There you go. He's got the fuel, he just needs the manpower. He's also just abandoning this for the most part and heading westwards, realizing, of course, that is where Loren is now weaker. That is, I think, a really solid deduction nearby. Oh, he's beginning to reinforce stuff again. He's delaying the Pershing. Right now, I think the last thing Chun needs to do is delay his Pershing. Loren following up with the third Panzer IV, Dritte Panzer IV. Clearly, he is confident his Panzer IVs can hold up against that Pershing. But otherwise, he's going to be sorely surprised. That doesn't work out. Jaeger Command's got the ambush in the 5th cover there. Nice work. Again, the ambush camouflage bonus is by something the Jaeger Command's got gets for free, but he's actually really good on most infantry as long as they're upgraded. Even G for the free grenadiers with the ambush camouflage bonus actually do really well once they pop out of it. Of course, they perform even better with light machine guns, but the G for the frees can actually do really well with it. There we go. Chun with the Pershing. I said Chun with the Pershing. There we go. Got the M26 Pershing heavy tank out here versus Loren. How will he resist this slab of American freedom? Chun running aggressively. He must be banking on the Pershing for soon enough, otherwise that gem's going to be toast. I've got the Panthers moving in there, Pershing moving in. Veteran Panthers spearheading an air goal, flanked by the Pershing, direct hit on the rear armour. Other Panthers moving up, shooting, bounces off the Panthers armor, got the Sugar fire there, anti-tank rifle grenades, not happening. Rifle grenade, careful, there we go, one did actually go off, I was wrong, one did go off, Pershing going for it. Smashing through the bocage like a monster, like an ogre of freedom. Going for that Panther IV, the Panther IV trying to support, but it's just too late for that Panther IV crew. It is down, ladies and gentlemen, kaput. Second Panther IV can be a lot of trouble. He's going to need some serious anti-tank firepower here, and there we go. Chun is going for it. Panther IV down to less than half health. Already, this is a horrific development there for Loren. Horrific development. Pershing misses the Panther IV. Good golly, miss one. And there you go, eventually 1 or 2 on the Shem. There you go, second Panther IV down. Chun is down. Loren is down to just 1 Panther IV here. The right here, Chun might have worked on this Panther IV, or Shem, because the Panther IV is going to risk losing it. Pershing moving. No, it misses. He almost gets the Panther IV as well with the Pershing. Might want to lay down the smoke to get the Shem out of there. Ah, no, he moves it ahead. Oh, pathing, never mind. The Bocage is making it for him to move. Sherman there's going to get Panzerfaust to death. I've moved the Pershing a bit further away there. The Sherman would have been able to escape there. Bit of awkward pathing there for Chun. Absolutely brutal stuff. And now Loren is taking up. Holy smokes. I think he's going to try and go for a Panther now. But he's taking some heavy losses here from Chun. They did get the damage in the Pershing, which is great for him. But still, he lost 2 Panzer IVs there in return for 1 Sherman. And the Grenadiers got wiped. 160th Panzer Division's in for a very rough ride. My God, it's seeing it came out of nowhere and then it murdered everybody. Except for me, of course. I'm, you know, skilled, valuable German soldier. Not like the other guys, but they got murdered hard. Did lose a recent squad there, rather unfortunate for Chun. Particularly because he needs them to fix up his Pershing. He's got nothing else. Panzer all being fixed up. More pioneers would probably be a good idea there for Loren. I mean, if he's planning for something like a Panther, he needs to be faster about it. On his either going for Stu's out with the Pershing, I think. Guns trying to flank in and hold it by the 5th Cavalry. Got victory points wise. It's actually now Loren who's at the head of Chun here. The Jaeger command squad remains in ambush. Alright. Wenn sie come ahead, feel surprised. Nein, we shoot them. Again, I mean, how many times do I have to explain this to us? This is not a surprise party. Ooh, another wipe for Chun. That is starting to look pretty rough here. Persian Hun is looking soon too good to go as well, and that's going to be rough for Loren. First Panther was almost good to go. Again, ambush there appearing, forcing away the 5th Cavalry again. Seems like Chun forgot about that one. Loren did not. There you go, Ralph grenade off. Oh! Nope, by the way, their heavy cavalry like this is directional when it comes to, you know, protect from grenades, so a grenade has to go over the cover for it to apply. In this case, it didn't go over the cover, so it didn't apply, meaning the rifleman took full damage from the grenade. So looks like Chun is starting to get a bit stressed out here versus Loren, who might then be displaying some more endurance. Looks like the plan for tier 4 got scrapped and he just decided, you know what, we're going to go for Sturmgeschütz. Much more cost efficient. Bar drop back there with the grenadiers, but Chun's starting to look really poorly off there. Rather unfortunate for him. Great though for Loren. The Pershing plan has proven perhaps a bit too risky here for Chun. In part because again he had to spend so much time with it doing nothing after he got a damaged engine, which really just meant he got less impact out of it when he really needed it versus Loren. He might actually just want to go for secondary support just to assist with Pershing repairs in the future, because he can't afford for the Pershing to be out of the game for that long again. It is a massive investment here for Chun, and it's pretty much his best chance I think of winning this as things are looking. Got the Stu 3G out here for Loren. Got the resuming here for the Panther 4 and firing the bazookas. There you go, doing some damage. Pioneers with a bar now. Back here, reinforcement healing, troops setting out. Pershing there with the 9 kills. Still some time for any additional army here versus Loren, who's going for more Stuks. Obviously, I mean, if you're going to go for Stuks, you go for 2. Until you're dealing with something like a Pershing. Ooh, spotted the Pershing and then went in for it there. Nice work. Stuk, they're flanking it from the side. He's actually getting closer to the Jaeger command, which would theoretically Panda it. They don't have emissions though. Still, this is pretty unfortunate here for Chun. Oh, he's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose. He's calling in the smoke. But it's not gonna be enough. It's too slow. Oh, almost. Drive, Terrence, drive. My name's Teddy. Shut up, Terrence. Stuk shot missed. Oh, my God. The Pershing is trying to desperately escape here. Bazooka's going off on that Stuk. He's going to need more reasons to fix that Pershing fast. Which will delay, of course, any additional armor, but I think what's important now is he gets that Pershing back as fast as possible. On the other hand, Loren might have extended this unfortunate little Sturmgeschütz. Not apparently gets out of there. Right, finally, Loren is too occupied with this Stuk. He could. Oh, he retreats them. Good, good. But he needs to get those regiments back. He's got more out. They're great, but needs to get both of them working in that Pershing. And now and then get retreats. Excellent. Panther 4 doing what he can here against Chun's forces. He should probably upgrade the major with bazookas. That's actually what most players do. I'm guessing it's a bit of an oversight there, but Chun certainly seems like, you know, a bazooka major man. And it's not like he's got enough anti-infantry power anyways. You're downgrading him, so I mean, you might as well just add the bazookas to the bastard. Alright, double reasons they're working on that. Pershing, the bars being handed out to the riflemen. Veteran 3 on the major. Pershing halfway done. Also close to Veteran 2 actually, which is pretty good there for Chun. Going to be swiftly advancing forwards. In the north, we got repairs and all that going on here for Loren. Riflemen moving out. Gunner's getting blasted. And there you go. Pershing good to go for Chun. Once more. Meanwhile, Loren's gunners are being shredded by all the bar fire. 5th Calibers defending the western area, though without any anti-tank support, they are pretty vulnerable to the Panzer IV, which is actually very close to the ace level. Great for Loren, less great for Chun's infantry. Possibly the Pershing he managed to flank in. There you go. Showing light for Chun to back at his Pershing, very good. But there you go, Gunners flanking aggressively, sprinting forwards. Nice work there. Great use of sprint. A bit of an overlooked ability as well there, but it can actually be quite handy in a lot of cases to quickly close the distance. And there you go. Force the retreat of 250 calibers by just sprinting fast enough here. Panzer doing right from here and forcing retreat. Loren is ruthless and relentless. Flanking the Grenadiers and missing spectacular. We got the 2 Stooks moving in. Pershing on its own is going to be pretty vulnerable here to the 2 Stooks. Particularly as moving in further and further into hostile territory. There we go. Double hit there. Double hit on the Pershing. I think he's targeting weak point there. Got smoked down, but doesn't quite work out. Landing a nice hit there. Gonna try and use the smoking top maneuver. The Stooks, not a bad idea, but it's going to be tricky here. Tricky. And I think not enough. Here we got the bazooka to himself driving. But Panzerfaust and the Pershing. Stu's going to take it out. Oh, shot bounced, shot bounced. Bazooka rockets there, slightly failing to penetrate the Stooks' mighty armor. Grenade off. Main gun on the Stooks. Both Stooks are going down. 9. My God, Loren. You throw away 2 Stooks, including a veteran 2-1 with the Schürzen. It's a Schürzen. Chun rolling forwards here. Grenadiers getting grenaded by the Pershing. Panzerfaust flubs. No, it doesn't. It takes out the Pershing.
Just lost a heavy tank.
A devastating blow there to Chun.
Smoke strike can be delivered to cover our men.
More Stooks on the way there for Loren though. Very good, very good. And Chun sometime off from another Pershing. Panzer IV moving forward, and there you go. Ace level Panzer IV.
Taking one of our points.
Oberleutnant Meyer gets to work. 34 kills to Riesen going forward with the bazookas. A lot of damage on the Panzer IV already. Heavy damage, you can see there. But in the end, Chun is still struggling. His men are being withered away here by the relentless and ruthless assaults of Loren. Chun rolling ahead here. Crashing as many Grenadiers as possible. Almost getting a wipe there. Just on sheer crashes. 7 kills there. Victory points wise, things are quickly ticking down there for Chun. Got the Stuke moving in to deal with the Shell. That would be the remaining tank Chun has. I mean, he can't definitely not stall for another person, even in one tank again is not advisable. Bazooka's being dropped there, and Chun Sherman survives another round. There we got Smoke Screen being called down. There we go. GG, game over, I think. I don't think Chun has much of a chance to come back after this. 75 points left, and there you go. Chun surrenders. A loss here for America. The 2nd Infantry Division is pushed out of the Bocage by the 116th Panzer Division. A brutal and ruthless battle with heavy casualties on both sides, and then Loren persevered, I think, for a slightly better decision making. But also I think Chun in some ways just struggled, I think, to sort of contain. I mean, again, how do you think just going for, say, a fast anti-aircraft draft tech, Loren would have been in a lot more trouble. In addition, I think also just going for one shell and then stalling into like the Pershing there was also pretty risky there. Then again, with all the Panzer IVs long showing, I can understand why he might do it. But yeah. Overall, I think he should have gone for the half track. That would have made a much easier deck to hold on to the fuel points. Then I think put more pressure on Loren, made a half Loren to push for tanks, and then he could just gain the arm advantage there. Either way, I would say an exciting and violent fight here with a lot going on there. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.